Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear respectable colleagues and audiences, thank you for joining us today. I'd like to introduce you to our research team members. First one, we have Ms. Fatona Suraya of Sports Department. The second one is Dr. Hendi of English Education Department, both of Universitas Negeri Semarang, and me, Puput of English Language Education Department, Universitas Muhammadiyah, Yogyakarta. So we are happy to participate in the 5th International Seminar on Public Health and Education, and we are honored to share our research entitled Physical Activities and Second Language Proficiency, a Systematic Review with you today. So let's go to our first slide today, which is the rationale. So studies have shown that physical activities provide a positive effect on cognitive performance, including short-term and long-term memory. However, few have focused on its effect on the second language performance. The systematic literature review makes an attempt to seek the thread of research focusing on the effect of physical activities to L2 performances and to analyze on what areas of L2 performance that gain more benefit from the physical activities. In doing so, several published papers in the field are examined. Our present study aims at finding out, first one, what kinds of research methods and physical activities intervention being used in the studies of physical activities and L2 performance. Second one, how do the physical activities affect the L2 performance? The next part is methodology, which is going to be delivered by my colleague, Ms. Fatona Suraya.
Thank you, Ms. Puput. All right, I'd like to deliver systematic literature review with methods. The first one is framing research questions, and the second one is identifying relevant publications. Here, we search through some searching engines such as Google Scholar, EBSCO, Science Direct, Asian EFL Journal, ResearchGate, Journal Plus One, PubMed, and others. And then in assessing the quality of studies, we do a screening technique by reading the abstract, title, and keywords. In the summarizing the evidence, we use a software called EndNote. And we interpret the findings by documenting a quality assessment of the relevant papers, and results are presented in a structured and receipt style. And these are the papers that we were reviewing. We got the 8, which meet our criteria, screening criteria, and the results are study by Winter et al. 2007 and Pesce et al. 2009. Both of the studies were implementing experimental research design. In Winter, the participants were asked to run high running impact and low running impact, and they were asked to memorize some words while they were running. And it found that exercise improved short-term memory as well as long-term memory for daily vocab and novel vocabulary. The study also discussed about the neuroscientific effects. Some neuro are well connected in the brain that are more functioning well while people doing exercise. The same case happened with Pesce et al. 2009. He is comparing team games versus circuit training effect on pre-recall memory tasks. In this case, vocabulary apply as the instrument to measure the quality of memorization. And the next study by Smith and Casio and Leo et al., as you see in this picture, using a physical activities in terms of spinning bicycle, while memorizing words. And the experiments for Smith and Casio were static movement. The participants learning the vocabulary while they are spinning, and it shows that dynamic movement perform better in second language vocabulary. Whereas in Lu et al., he differentiated the groups with a certain level of second language proficiency. And it also found that the spinning group performed better in lexical approach, but the same three of them is experiments, but they are involving inclusion of language in the physical activities. The first one is studied by Mafilidi, 2015. He compared part body movement and whole body movement while enacting work, and he tested using tests of free recall and cue recall. It shows that whole body movement perform more correct vocabulary in all conditions, during, immediately after, and 6 weeks after. And then the next one by Fadial Ras, he compared between gesture and physical activity. And it's found that the highest lexical mastery lie on the combination of gesture and physical activity. The next is by Kruger Mirko in content-based instruction in physical education class. It shows that the intervention group perform better in vocabulary and listening comprehension compared to the group that are learning English and physical education separately. And then the last is narrative qualitative by Air, 2013. In this case, the study used TPR approach, total physical response, and it shows that the total physical response, learning vocabulary through game, dance, song, and stories with actions give a positive impact on student speaking and listening skills. Thus, we could come to the discussion that the research method and physical activities intervention being used, the research is mostly experimental, and they differentiate the phase into immediate, delay, and repeat. And they use interventions such as running, spinning bicycle, physical education, team games, circuit training, gesture, TBA, and TPR, total physical response. And then what about the effect to the auto performance? For the experiment, immediate, delay, and repeat, it shows that there is a positive effect of physical activities to short-term memory and long-term memory. In this case, when the participants were tested on their vocabulary acquisition, they could recall the vocabulary better, whether during immediate recall, after breaks, or delay recall, or in long-term memory, which is months after the treatment. In the case of involvement of physical activities in content-based, such as in content-based instruction and total physical response, which is immersing language in the context, the study which implement whole body movement was proven to be effective in improving student listening skill and speaking skill, of course, because we students get a lot of input through the immersion. So the conclusion, there is a positive association between physical activities and second language development. In terms of memorization, the physical activities enhance the nerve to connect to the brain's processing process to process short-term memory and long-term memory. That's why it could enhance the vocabulary acquisition and lexical form, either for daily vocab, novel vocab, and semantic judgment tasks. In the case of inclusion of the physical activities in the inclusion of second language in physical activities such as in TPR, total physical response, and in content-based instruction, it could enhance the listening and speaking skills. That's all our presentation. Thank you very much for the opportunity given to us. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.